Sulfur Falls, actually. You can't cast non-creature spells with the Cavern, at least not with that directly. He needs to have colored mana to... Yeah, that was it for him, unfortunately. I was hoping to get a little bit more action out of him than that. I mean, yeah, I was playing pretty aggressively, and I didn't really put him in a situation where he was going to win. So, but generally, that's what we want to do. We don't want our opponents to be able to win. We want to win, or we want to stop our opponents from winning, I should say. Ooh, no colored mana. We're gonna mulligan that. I'll try this. It's not great, but I do have a Stirring Wildwood. It does enter the battlefield tapped, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to play a turn 1 Hierarch, but I don't have anything really amazing in hand either to want to play off that Hierarch. So let's just start by playing a Stirring Wildwood tapped. Well, then next turn, it depends on if I draw a land. If I draw a land, I'll probably go for the Spellskite. Ooh, this guy's running Ghost Quarters too. Interesting. I wonder if he's playing a white-blue taxes. Now I really want to play Thalia, but I feel like I should just get a Noble Hierarch out there. I want to make sure that I've got more mana coming next turn. And he misses a land drop, so that's not good for him. Let's see if I miss a land drop, which is possible. Ooh, I hit what I'm looking for. So now I've got a couple options. I could play a Thalia and a Spellskite. I think I'd want to play the Spellskite first if I do that, just so he can't respond and blow something else up. I could even Mind Sensor, so if he is searching, it'll hurt. I don't want to play Leonin Arbiter right now because he's got a Ghost Quarter, and I don't want him to use that against me. So yeah, let's just go with the Spellskite. Let's see if all right, so he's gonna Spell Snare that, and that will let me play Thalia. He's not gonna be able to answer that. And since he missed a land drop, she's gonna be more painful for him. Looks like he's still missing land drops. I am too, but he doesn't know that. See, I got a couple options here now. I could play an Aven Mind Sensor. Well, first I'd probably play Noble Hierarch. I could play Noble Hierarch and an Aven Mind Sensor, and I could do that. And then Thalia is going to swing for 4. And Aven Mind Sensor is going to make it harder for him to hit that next land drop. I could also play Linvala. I could activate Stirring Wildwood and just swing with both of them, but I think the best play is to drop this other Noble Hierarch, make sure I get my mana, and then I'm going to swing for Thalia for 4, and then I'm just going to flash in this Aven Mind Sensor right now. And that'll do that. Alright, so and it looks like I got a Ghost Quarter, so I can just hurt his land pretty easily. But first, I think I'm just going to swing with my guys. I'll swing with both because if he's got removal, then I'm still getting 2 damage through. But if he doesn't have removal, then I'd only get. If he does have removal and I just swing with the one guy, I wouldn't get any damage in. So that's kind of why that happened. So let's see here. I think I'm going to Ghost Quarter his Hallowed Fountain. And then I can play Linvala. Looks like he's hoping to draw into a land and use it for something. I think I'm just going to end the turn. He did that before he had priority, but that's fine. Let's just cast Linvala. He needed that colorless to play Shadow of Doubt anyway, so I don't know if he realized. He probably didn't realize it, but that's fine. I'm not gonna tell him that. He doesn't really need reminders or anything, and I'm pretty far ahead at this point. Yeah, let's just swing. He's got a 2-turn clock unless he can deal with one of my guys. Alright. So she'll get exiled. I'll search for a plains when to play tapped. I haven't been seeing a lot of Blue Moon decks lately. So I'm thinking I might cut down some of my basics and go back towards I still got next turn with the Stirring Wildwood, so I don't think I need to play a land, play either of these guys, but I kind of want to. Let's just get one more out there. Probably should have played Tap Tectonic for that, because it's not really doing anything for me, but I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, drawing a bunch of Arbiters. And that's pretty much game. Looks like he's ready to go on to game 2. I didn't really see much out of his deck. It seemed like Thalia and Spellskite were both good. He didn't want Spellskite surviving, but I don't know why. He did run Counter Magic, so I'm thinking of bringing Thrun in. And I'm not really sure what he's doing, so let's get rid of Linvala, I guess. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm not sure what else I would need to bring in against him, so until I see more of his deck, this is all I'm going to do. I got a bird, I got a voice, I got a Thrun, an Arbiter, a Thalia, so I think that's alright. I'm going to probably pay a little bit of life because of that Horizon Canopy, but I think that'll be alright. His deck isn't aggressive, so I don't need to worry about paying a little bit of life in the early game. That'll take me down to 19, and I guess I'll just play Noble Hierarch since I drew that. I like the Noble Hierarch a little bit more than birds in this deck. I think the Exalted's just better. So now I could potentially, like next turn, drop an Arbiter and then just Ghost Quarter him. I hope he's going to pop that off now, but that's a mistake if he doesn't. I don't have an Aven Mind Sensor in my hand, but if I did, like, that would just open him up to a whole lot of bad stuff. But let's see here. So I could play Arbiter. That would force him to pop his Arid Mesa. But if I play him and he can answer him, then all I'll have left is a Ghost Quarter, and that's not a whole lot of to work with. So I'm gonna go for Thalia this turn. Yep, there's a Spell Snare. So it's a good thing I didn't play the Arbiter, because then I would have been able to drop that bird. But if I had a Mind Sensor, I could have just waited and then end of turn dropped him. But next turn I'm going to cast Thrun. I don't think there's much he's going to be able to do about that. Ooh, a storage land. I don't see those very often. And I do got a Ghost Quarter, so if he does start building it up with stuff, I can always just blow him out of the water. Let's see. Part of me wants to just go for Voice, and then Arbiter, and then blow up one of his lands. He'll probably counter the Voice. He might be running Celestial Colony, or I'm sorry, not Celestial Colony, Supreme Verdict, in which case casting Thrun right now is a bad idea. So I'm going to cast Voice, which is just good against his deck anyway. And if he does have the the Supreme Verdict, then at least I get a token out of that. Let's see here. Yeah, let's play the Arbiter too. And then he'll have to play his Supreme Verdict if he's got it. I mean, yeah, I'll lose a lot of card advantage here. I'm going to lose 4 guys, only get 3, and I only get 1 guy back. So he'll essentially get a 3-for-1. That's not something I want to see. But if he blows it, he can't cast. He can't cast Celestial or Supreme Verdict. But that is pretty good with my own critter taxing me. He's probably deciding right now, like he's probably going through his head, do I want to cast Supreme Verdict or do I want to Ghost Quarter his land right now? He's going to Path to Exile my Voice, I'm guessing. Okay. He's got to do that during his turn, because if he doesn't, then I get tokens anyway. I think he's going to Ghost Quarter one of my lands. I'm not sure though. Let's see what he does. I guess I'll start by swinging with this here Arbiter. Got this guy coming too. So I think he's going to probably put another storage counter on. He might Ghost Quarter. I'm ready for Supreme Verdict if he's got it. I can regenerate Thrun. Now at this point, if he does Ghost Quarter, I can still put a regeneration effect on him. Cast Meddling Mage against me, which is not really very good. But he does have 2 mana open. Oh, he doesn't want me casting Thalia at all. That's fine. So I'm just going to Ghost Quarter, my Ghost Quarter. That's fine. Not really an issue for me. I'm going to play the Horizon Canopy because I'm just going to pop it off anyway. I'll play another Noble Hierarch. And then I'll swing with Thrun for 6. And that'll be the end of that turn. He's going to put a counter on his dude. That's fine. I think he could have done that last turn, but he missed it. Man, I'm sitting pretty right now. Like, there's not really much that he can do, I don't think. I can regenerate Thrun. I've got a lot of guys if he somehow has a sack effect, which I don't think there's a sack effect in white and blue, but it could be. Now I get a Tectonic Edge anyway. I'm going to use that to blow up his colonnade, so that's... Well, I could use it to get rid of his pools, too. He's using that to sort of store up some mana. Either one is a good choice, to be completely honest. But I'm just going to swing with Thrun. He's going to knock him down to 2. So I'm just going to regenerate Thrun, since he's going to bounce my Hierarchs up anyway. And now I guess he's taking 4 damage instead of 6. Part of me just really wants to blow that up, but I think I'm going to hold back, and I'll just flash in my Aven Mind Sensor at end of turn. And even if he can block Thrun, he'll still need an answer for Arbiter or Mind Sensor. Still haven't seen Restoration Angel yet. Now he has to have an answer for one of these guys. Otherwise he dies. I really like flash creatures against decks like this. That's pretty good. I'm just going to blow this up now. Just going to Snapcaster Mage. I guess I could play the Razorverge Thicket. I mean, I've got a Path to Exile. And he could remand it, but he can't search. And if he does remand it, I can just play it again. And he'll have to block Thrun. If I swing at both, he has to, otherwise he dies. He doesn't have the mana to search. He could have used this to search. Let's see. So he's going to have to block Thrun. He just doesn't have a choice. And let's hope he doesn't have a Supreme Verdict. I mean, even if he does have a Supreme Verdict, I could flash an Even Mind Sensor at the end of the turn. Or whatever. And, yep, there it goes. Surprise, surprise. Well, he's at 2 life. He's got 2 cards in hand. And I'm going to play that and that. Since he's tapped this turn, it seems good. I can always flash in my Even Mind Sensor if he somehow, or if he can buy enough time to get through this turn, then I just flash an Even Mind Sensor at the end of his next turn. Or I could cast that guy now. And if he doesn't do anything, well, yeah. I mean, he's basically running out of cards to play. I think Thalia is the best thing to drop right now. Actually, still has 2 mana open. There could be a counterspell in there. I'm going to go for the Even Mind Sensor at the end of his turn. Alright, so he's going to counter and bounce my guy. That is getting annoying. He is buying time, but at the same time, like, he's got one card in hand. He's got a Celestial Colonnade, so I need to get a couple guys out there. Just one isn't going to do it. So if he has a counter, he's got a cat. He's going to have to cast it. All right. So now he's got no cards in hand. Here comes Thalia. And with this other Noble Hierarch, his Colonnade's going to die to her. And then I'll still have mana to cast Loxodon Smiter. So he's bought himself some time, but I think it's just an inevitability. But if he can pull it off, I'd be impressed. Alright, so I guess he is passing the turn. And that just pretty much did it too. That's going to make it even harder because now he can't even block with the Colonnade. He has gotten some use out of that calciform pools, though, I will say. And we'll do this. He does have one card in hand. That's it. There goes the white-blue tempo. That'll be a deck worth putting up on the YouTube.